Um, Hi everyone, I'm Matan Grinberg, co-founder and CEO of Factory. First of all, I want to say thank you, organizers, for setting this up. Actually, Factory has its roots at the Lane Chain hackathon that was held here, so that's pretty exciting. So Factory, what are we doing? So, our vision of the future is one where software systems work on your code base like a real engineer. So not one extremely narrow application, but across the stack. These systems will understand your code base the way a human does. They'll provide production-ready code with minimal supervision, interpreting what to do through functional requirements and context. These will integrate with existing engineering organizations and compound their productivity by orders of magnitude. There's kind of a lot of notes here, but I know we're rushed on time, so. What this entails, so in particular, code-based understanding beyond just semantic search built on a vector database, that kind of allows for this next step in terms of software engineering agents. And so that's what we're building. It's very ambitious, but it's very fun. So what does this look like? So you connect your tools to this software system, which we're calling Droid. Lucasfilm might get upset about that, but it's okay. And so what actually is inside the Droid? Well, we have what we call a reflection system, something that we're calling ByteRank, and yes, we trademarked it, and something that we're calling the polymath engine. And so I'll talk a little bit about these. So in particular, ByteRank and our reflection system basically ingest the information in your code base. If you want to deploy this in production-ready systems, you'll have to be ready to deal with millions and millions of lines of code. Very unstructured, very unorganized, because again, not everyone has the greatest code base. And so to that end, we have a reflection system which handles the ingestion, uses LLMs to synthesize information that a simple vector database won't have. And then we have ByteRank, which basically allows us to go beyond the just top 5 relevant semantic search results and then throwing that into the context window. And again, there's a lot of details here that I'm very clearly glossing over. I'd love to talk more in depth after this. Also we have the polymath engine. So there are many tasks, as we all know, that engineers do, and they all have very different silhouettes. So like debugging looks very different than starting a project from scratch, which looks very different from writing unit tests. And at least as of now, my understanding is that these LLMs aren't good enough to generically accomplish all of these tasks, at least in terms of like one generic agent architecture. And so to account for that, we have this engine which tailors each architecture to each of these types of tasks. And then lastly, we have what we're calling Crucible, which is our evaluation suite. I would be really happy if anyone here knows how to solve evaluation. I don't think anyone does. So that's what we're working on, because ultimately the space of agent architectures is enormous, and it's really hard to say, hey, this agent architecture is X% better than this other architecture, and so that's what we're building up with Crucible. Lastly, we are hiring. I think this is honestly the best audience for people we want to work with, so email me or talk to me, and thank you guys so much.